everyone, and welcome back to Millennial Tavern. It is yours truly back here, Mr. Dance Fans. Love you, DM. So we're going to be doing more D&D. We had a couple of weeks off just because timing didn't work out. Things were changing.
It's the summer. It happens. There's plans going on.
Bro, exactly. It is the nature of the beast.
It's hot boy summer.
For some reason, that keeps shaking. We might need to mess with the camera a little bit. But we'll see. If it ends up being like a real big issue, we can make some adjustments. But I think it might just be a little bit out of position. But yeah, can you see how it keeps shaking?
Just don't do this.
Yep, just don't do that. We're fine. But no, it might just be that we need to like lower the arm a little bit and readjust the camera angle. It could be that too. But anyways, we are back at it again after a couple weeks off during the summer, and we are going to be doing more D&D. So why don't we talk about what happened recently?
So much happened, and by that I mean not really, but also yes, kind of.
Yes and no.
Yes
a lot
and
of
no.
solo stuff was going on. We each had our own little play.
Let's split the party.
Yes.
As always. That's the best idea all the time.
Yes.
Every single time.
It was just during the long rest.
Some of us actually have to sleep during long rest. So.
That sucks for y'all.
Long story short, we are in the Temple of Morigna, in the Hornet's Nest, some might say, parading around as some other friendly hornets. And we're like, oh shit, we're here to rescue some people. Rather, one person, but now it's seeming to, the list of people seem to grow from one to two, potentially 3 people. Who knows? Whoever else was in the cells. Zephyrus, Bethany, guy who escaped. There was some other dude in the cells. There were a few.
There were 4 people in the cell area. There was a guard, a criminal, mysterious human, and Zephyrus.
Mysterious human. Got it.
And so last session specifically, we spent the time kind of getting to know the layout of the place for the most part, trying to each gather some info and some knowledge prior to going into the next day, where we were anticipating having to do a lot of legwork in order to try to figure out how the fuck we're going to do whatever the fuck we're trying to do. And yeah, so essentially, without wasting too much time talking about the details, after coming back from learning things, we all got together in the morning and all chatted. We were confronted by one of the... we were politely confronted, even though he was a bit on the nose, by one of the, looks like, more senior people in the cult of Morigna, saying, yo, so, like, let me search your shit real quick. We're like, what?
Oh yeah, because he was.
Yeah.
We're like, what do you mean? He's like, no, I'm just, if you got nothing to hide, then nothing to worry about. I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, oh, hey, look at all these bags of diamond dust. Those look kind of like something that we might be missing. Low key, high key, big time. I'm sus.
Well, damn,
and I'm like, yo, dog, like,
Let me talk about my boy.
You're barking up the wrong tree. In fact, you're kind of pissing him off right now. His wife's upset as fuck that you're asking about this.
Let me speak to your supervisor.
Yeah.
And so, after temporarily evading suspicion, at least, who knows, we were brought with the opportunity to help locate a missing prisoner that had escaped last night, which was interesting. We're like, whoa, that actually had nothing to do with us. No cap. Sorry.
Yeah.
No cap.
He just fucking did that on his own. Hey, maybe he's a good scapegoat for this whole missing diamond shit. I don't know.
Oh shit. Maybe
Who knows?
So.
And so Reginald and Scorn were going to help in the search of this, what was it, half-orc or orc person? Something like that? I want to say it was half-orc.
It was a half-orc.
And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to the library. Y'all do your thing. Pretty much where we left off.
Cool. All right, anything you guys want to add?
Let's see. There are some some interesting stuff going along in the temple. When I was doing some reconnaissance, in my notes I have kitchen Mickey Mouse question mark?
Wait a second.
Yes,
Wait.
that was a thing.
What? the floating brooms and the mops and everything just happening over there. Just some invisible some butlers and shit like that.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, that's interesting. We wonder what's going on with there. We did find Zephyrus. He was locked in the cells. We do have to gather 4 types of ingredients. I have 3 of set 4
It's running out.
completely out of the toxic buds. So we need to see how we can.
Not to be confused with our childhood friends, the toxic
Yes.
buds.
But they
Correct.
also think it's in that cave that I was just at, where the
Yes.
spiders. That's why I was going to go kill some spiders.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Well,
those things too, they were reactive to something. Remember what they
Light.
reacted to?
The light.
Reacted to light sources. So
Mhm.
when you were in there, you wouldn't have known if you saw them because they only react to light.
That's interesting. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Still got some.
Library is restricted. The library has a restricted section.
Yep. The library does have a restricted section.
For people to cells,
Sativa.
secret tunnels under the temple.
Sativa.
It is located in the garden section.
Yep.
We did find that out.
Through the rocks.
Through the rocks.
Through the rocks.
And there's a guy in front of the rocks that we talked to.
Yes.
Was his name The Rock?
I don't think so.
Or The Boulder?
I don't think so.
Something
But
Uh,
anything else we want to cover before we dive in?
There's the little note that last note from last session I wrote is that Morigina is in the Shadowfell. Thautos is running from the gods, and we think she will be the one that's going to be summoned from the ritual.
There's
Like,
a potential of
soon.
that now.
Potential of Thautos coming out instead of Morigina. So we know that.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will go ahead and resume here. And there was one other note I want to put on there. You did catch on to something at the end of the conversation that since there was like this escapee and he was having you two come and help, he didn't seem at all like phased or moved by this. As you guys were kind of expressing a sense of urgency, you kind of picked up that he was very nonchalant about it.
A little sus that he's
A little
very-
sus. But we will go ahead and resume there. So as we go ahead and resume this adventure with our adventuring party, whatever name you guys decide to change it to, because you guys aren't really bounty hunters anymore. You guys are kind of doing your own thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The wind will guide you. So
Well, none of us were a part of the IRS, technically.
technically speaking, that's what I'm saying. Like the ship has sailed, and you guys are your own party. So you guys get to kind of determine that now.
Fuck the IRS!
We evade the
Not too loud, okay? All right.
In gaming.
But in game.
Yeah.
But as you guys end up kind of going your separate ways, Arthur is going to end up staying upstairs and kind of finishes washing off a little bit after his bath, making sure his hair is looking pristine. He puts on some fine robes and everything, and makes himself look as pristine as he possibly can before he even approaches the idea of leaving that room and going downstairs. You two end up rushing out and walking down that spiraling staircase toward the major kind of dining or main area. Remember, too, these maps are all on the Discord. So you
Yeah,
guys can go view
I
them.
got you.
But as you end up walking down the spiraling staircase towards the main area, and you see at the base of this giant steps, you end up seeing which is Kunaki, just kind of sitting there waiting and talking to somebody as the two of you end up walking down that spiraling staircase. What do you want to do?
Okay. I guess I want to get a good good scope of like what I see in the surroundings. Anyone else around the main area? If it's just Kunyaki, or like if I hear anyone else kind of like freaking out that there's a prisoner missing.
Roll investigation.
Yeah. There's a homeboy out front. It seems very chill out.
Where's the map set?
General 14.
Yeah, so actually, as you're getting a good survey of the area, it looks like there are some people sitting down eating. Looks like there's some boxes being moved around. It seems like some people are kind of heading off toward this room off to your left when you're sitting on top of the staircase. Some people are opening the door from it. It looks like they're just bringing in some boxes. There's some people just standing around having casual conversations. Doesn't look like there's anything really too, crazy going on. It just looks like what you kind of expect to be like another day in the temple.
What was the dude's name that grabbed us?
Kunaki.
No. Okay.
Kunaki.
No.
Kunaki.
He's the one. He's walking right in front of us, right?
He's not walking in front of you. You guys kind of talked a little bit before you walked down. So you're just sitting at the base of the staircase just talking to somebody else.
Okay. And you're with me, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna come up next to you. He's like, not really alerted. Is the temple? Isn't there supposed to be an escapee? They seem very nonchalant, don't they?
I mean, we are in the Underdark.
Well, yes, but I mean, normally you have an escaped convict.
People should be looking.
Yeah.
I'd say
I
there's
mean-
more. Where were majority of the people that I went hunting with, or like started killing with? Like, where did I find them? Like location wise, compared to where we were.
You end up kind of meeting up with them down in the actual cellar area. You're not sure exactly what organizations they belong to. You didn't really interact with them all that much, especially because the entire time you're around, they're basically just speaking. Looking though in your immediate area, you're not really seeing anything when it comes down to like people you recognize. Could be somewhere out on the floor. There's a lot of people walking around the main area. But...
Sure. I mean, there could be a separate party already out looking, but they're probably still just preparing for the ritual. Like, anyways, probably more important. Obviously, this probably isn't Zephyrus. I mean, it's a half orc.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's not
it-
like
it's
it's not
not.
happening.
It's not Zephyrus. Yeah, I guess if it was Zephyrus, more people would be freaking out. However, a half orc missing. It's a half orc. I'm just a little suspicious about this. Let's see what Kanaki say about this. Gonna get a good look at Kanaki. See what he's doing. Just chatting.
Looks like he's just chatting. You're far enough away where you really can't overhear a conversation, but he's just sitting at the base, or standing at the base of the staircase. Just kind of...
Okay. Well, let's go forward then. I proceed to get closer to Kanaki.
Okay. You're going to be hearing a little bit of this conversation. And this is all going to be an undercon, so only you, Reginald, are going to understand this. Well, it's as I was telling you before, I think that the best course of action for us moving forward as we go through the rest of the supplies for the ritual. What took you so long?
Hello. Just trying to gather up berries. Long night.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I believe it to be most appropriate that we go ahead and track down this escapee.
I
Don't you believe so?
solemnly agree. He's speaking in common or undercommon?
He's speaking in common book.
He's speaking.
Oh.
Okay, he's in common. All right.
Where do you think he went? What
Well,
direction?
I think probably the best course of action would be to take both of you gentlemen down to the cells, and we'll figure that out together.
That. Yes. Straight to the point.
All
actually.
right. Well,
So-
let's go.
Well,
Hey, should we hold hands,
I'm-
like in some sort of like chain link sort of way? I don't know.
are we gonna get like friendship bracelets soon? I don't know. Anyways, Naki, tell me what have been the contingencies that you guys have been appealing for the escapee? Has there been a search party sent out?
Oh, things are absolutely emotional on this, yes.
Oh, it seems like it's very nonchalant up here.
Oh, we run a very busy show, so
Hmm.
shall we?
I don't remember picking up that vibe last time.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't either.
complete 180, dude. Like,
Is something wrong?
no, nothing's wrong. Actually, I feel just a little bit hungry. Is it? Can we just like have a snack before we like head down? I mean, like he's already escaped anyways.
No,
Like,
that wouldn't be right. I want you to actually, so based off what you said, I want you to go ahead and roll insight.
okay. Damn it! That's one.
That's why.
Ooh, first roll, baby.
Third.
As you're as you're as you're kind of like looking at him, you're gonna watch and just kind of like, no, we don't have time for that. You're just gonna watch as like the faintest little like sliver of a smile kind of comes up in the corner of his cheek as he immediately just kind of subdues it. Please, we Time is of the essence.
I understand time is of the essence. However, the mind can be a frail thing succumb to hunger. We need our best if we're trying to find all the right clues and suspicions and on Scorn, I swore I heard your stomach grumble down those stairs. And it wasn't just the regular groan of the caves or the temple.
Well, ever since Zormer fits better, I probably need to do a little more.
The calorie intake.
Calorie intake
Yes,
probably has
he
increased.
has.
Oh,
to
by
fit
the dog shepherdess. Fine, we'll bring some food down to you. Here.
Downtime.
Here, come. You're gonna watch as he just kind of motions down. Okay, let us go investigate this area with the very pressing matter, and we'll bring the food down there. That way we can enjoy the food down in the cells together.
What kind of food?
Whatever they happen to bring to us.
Oh, well, I mean, I want to look over at to see what the other people are having.
Looks like they're having, so as you're looking, looks like they have bread and what is some leftover, looks like ham and some chicken and everything from the other night.
I'm definitely gonna need some of that meat.
I believe I've expressed that time is of the essence on this matter.
Read it.
Here,
Hold on, one sec.
tell you what. You're gonna hear him just on the undercover saying, "You three bumbling idiots, bring your food over here right now." You're gonna watch it, just like three of them end up standing up and just like basically ushering their food. Here you go, and he's gonna end up just taking it all onto one plate. Let's go.
I'm gonna try to talk to one of the bumbling idiots that he just passed by. Oh, thanks. Hey, you should also have some. Like, we're trying to search form a search party. You're aware of the convict that escaped, right?
Yes, they're very aware of the convict that's escaped.
Well, I'm sure
Get back.
you know. I'm sure you know.
Get back to
fellas.
what you're doing. Yes. Listen, time is really of the essence. I think I've really you've used up all of my patience on this matter. I would really prefer it if we would go and investigate the crimes that have been committed. I want you to roll insight.
Okay.
Do we really need an insight check to see how pissed this guy is?
That is a 16.
So as you're kind of looking at him, you're going to tell he's slightly flustered at this point. He's felt like very in control this entire conversation, but now he feels a little bit less.
Our agents of chaos. That is our shtick right
I'm
now.
trying to remember what my attitude was when we met this guy. I don't
Wait,
remember.
You're
Wait.
both very, very passive. You guys are both very, very passive.
Wait. I forgot my stuff.
I don't actually think you would have forgot your staff.
My good. No.
You have your staff right
I
there.
have my staff.
Oh,
This
wow.
staff. Silly me.
This is so great. You're gonna watch he just kind of gets behind both your shoulders and you're holding on to this giant tin of meat. Now that we're all together, just watching he kind of pulls you in a little bit closer. You're gonna feel as like he just kind of digs his almost like kind of claws, almost like the basically bits of his fingernails, like into you. Says, "We're all going to go together down into the cellars
How
to
big is
find
this?
out where." He's probably about 6'5".
Compared to me, so, muscular wise.
He's pretty jacked.
So like,
So
with
you guys
my
are, like,
newfound
tit for
muscles.
tat
I'm
right
just
now?
like,
Yeah, you guys are probably
you
pretty
wanna
close.
fucking go?
But how big is this guy?
So let's go down into the cells to find out what happened to the half-orc that escaped, because time is of the essence. He's literally just going to start kind of ushering you that way.
Nagia, this seems like a very different approach that you've been having since we had a conversation earlier. This was interesting.
It's very interesting. Now let's get downstairs, please.
I guess.
Okay. And as you say, I guess, you guys start kind of walking, reluctantly holding this giant tray of meat down the stairs. We're going to go to Arthur. So Arthur, as you're up in the room by yourself, kind of messing with your hair and getting everything perfectly looking in the mirror, you're going to end up hearing a small little knock on your door.
Yes, come in.
Chosen. Is it you? You gotta watch the door kind of begins to peek open, and you see what is the face of Ilkani.
Ilkani?
Yeah.
The Ilkani?
The Ilkani.
Please, sister, come within.
And you are indeed alone, as it would seem. Wonderful.
Narrowing my eyes at her.
Oh, no, there's no reason for concern. You see, as it turns out, I actually sent my quartermaster up here to speak to your friends and bring them out of the way for a little bit, so we could chat.
Well, it does seem we have privacy.
Yes, quite a bit, yes.
Well,
I hope it didn't cause too much trouble. It seemed like it took him a lot longer than I thought to go
let's
ahead
get down to business.
Oh. Well, of course, Chosen.
You're not ready for this ritual. If you do that today, you and the rest of this enclave are going to cause a crater that reaches all the way from where we are to the surface. Guaranteed.
I'm Chosen. I'm so sorry. What would you recommend?
You need more time? Time to gather more fitting reagents for this ritual. The cursed weapon you have, it is of little consequence. You don't go too grand, as I'm sure you've read.
Of course.
But what you have won't fit you. Remember how the ritual states that everything is supposed to be relatively relevant to not only the object that is being summoned into the material plane, but also to the summoner.
Oh, but of course. So Chosen, I asked then, what would you ask of us? I've heard from the lips of Morigna herself of the crows that this is truly to be something to take in with the highest of quality and highest of respect. You're coming, and well, you're not the form I was expecting. See, Morigna herself, she's very, very deliberate in telling me what to look for. And the name you go by is Arthur, from what I've heard in the whispers?
That is what I've been.
So, Arthur, what would you have us do? We've been directed by her that we are nothing but pawns in your hand.
I say this now to you, Ilkani, sister. I do mean that, Tom. You must wait. And we must combine our forces if we are to succeed. I have many workings happening, many of which I need to get to the surface to coordinate. This...
What do you need? What can we do to be of best service to you? I'm sorry.
No. Everything's fine. First thing I need. The mage from the cells. I need to take him back.
Require the mage?
Yes. I know your purpose with this mage. I also have need of him, which is why I say this. I'm not taking him away from you. I'm using him for more.
But of course, Chosen, that was never what I intended. No, I was not trying to insinuate those things at all. No.
What is your concern with the mage?
My only concern is that if the mage gets free, he is quite powerful. He might gone in an instant.
Well, of
Away
course.
from us in our control.
Oh, I imagine he had a teleportation circle in his quarters upstairs. Well,
And
I
that's
say
why we
upstairs.
put those blasted contraptions on him.
Don't worry about how to handle him. I just need him. That's all.
Roll persuasion.
I'm glad you guys. 15.
I actually tried that.
15?
15.
Take a break from alcohol.
Alright.
Just started.
Very, very well. Now, your friends that are with you, Are they a part of the grand plan, the master scheme?
They are.
This is good.
Perhaps not known to the full extent. But that is sometimes part of the mystery.
Very, very well chosen.
What I need to know, Connie. Grab a.
A beverage. They would have wine in there. Yeah, they have wine
I'm
in
gonna grab myself a flask. I'll pour her one too.
Roll performance if you're doing that. And roll insight for me.
Performance 11. Insight 22.
Okay. You could tell like her entire demeanor from the first time you like interact with her has completely changed. It seems like she's actually like really just kind of intimidating on edge. She's kind of walking on eggshells. And you kind of doing this whole thing and bringing the glass of wine over there, you seem like it's kind of like tempered her down a little bit more. Diffuse the situation a little bit. Thank you, Joseph. So,
Please, relax. You've done well gathering those that you could, your brothers and sisters, leading them to a greater purpose. And they will still yet serve this purpose. For you know, Morigna cannot return. She's explicitly forbidden by many a power, not just herself.
The gods would be damned. Sorry.
No, the father is a complicated figure. Cruel.
They're afraid of the power that she brings to the material plane. But this is why we must get one of the Dark Sisters into the plane. Tatas will be the one.
And this is why we must make sure it's perfect when we do it.
You're right, Jess. You're right.
So, I need the mage. I'll handle the logistics of that. I'm sure he'll want to get out of here straight away, and maybe we'll oblige. Next, you are not to proceed with ritual, but instead, I will give you...
Somebody.
I go over to where my knapsack is. One of the where all my equipment is.
Okay.
Go into the bag, grab something, small handbook. I pass it to her. Here,
What is this?
there are some contacts in there. If you turn to, they are labeled by the way. If you turn to the 7th page, this is the one that is nearest.
Yes.
And might not be great for this to happen, but this person is encamped with the Lord's forces.
Truly.
Truly. Well, surely you don't think that there is a grander scheme occurring? You think
Well, I would never.
there's a reason why
Roll intimidation.
three of us stumbled quite easily. 9. Inspiration. No, I used that immediately last.
Actually,
You did?
Yeah, you remember during the other conversation that you guys
It
were
was
having?
when I had disadvantage, or when I had disadvantage on
Yeah.
something, and then I was.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have.
So keep your pacing, chosen. We are technically equals in this. We're just serving different goddesses.
But to the same end.
Of course.
Well, when I mentioned that agent contact is within an encamped army, it should imply a few things about it.
I understand, chosen. There's quite a few.
Here's what I need help with next. This is
Sorry, your notebook's pretty.
Let me see the back real quick.
I didn't tell you to swipe.
Why are you going through my photos, bro?
That's quite a crude drawing there. I see the text of the ritual. It's here. Just you can take that back. So, you are saying that contact though.
Speak with that contact. I need assistance. Not with ritual The ritual proceedings are in motion. Make no mistake. The problem we have is the Empire. They do have
I do not know
quite a
the
number.
politics of the upper world. What is transpiring?
There is a war. Have you not heard?
No, the last group we ended up catching was nearly 2 weeks ago. We caught some damn necromancer and threw him into the cells.
You
We finally finished tracking down, this wizard we've been going after.
just missed the start of it. Well, essentially, I'm sure you know the Empire. There's no way you don't know the Empire.
Very familiar, yes.
Yes, they're on one of their crusades again. Against the Lord and his army, and the Free Peoples.
They should have just left this area alone. They don't understand what it is the free folks are after.
Each time the Imperials meddle in the Freelands, chaos emerges. And not the kind of chaos we would want. The kind of chaos that would interrupt.
The fullest agreement. Yes.
That is why.
The mage. I'm sorry. Time is of the essence. I do not know how long my quartermaster would be able to distract your other two. He's quite good at this, and I'm sure he's having fun toying with them.
It's fine. He's creative. Well,
I do not care but how he got them
Step
out,
one.
as long as he got them out. Let's see it.
I need the mage.
Yes.
Step 2.
I will consult Morigna herself
Step
to ensure this is okay.
2.
But yes.
Contact the agent. Step 3.
Very well.
You will have guidance. But you, of course, will have your own means of doing what you need. But we ask
will
in
you
your...
be leaving?
Me? Leaving?
Yes.
Of course. But I...
When will we be hearing back from you then? You or your compatriots?
Actually, I have something for you. For my bag. Okay.
Something else.
Another gift, if you will. I need you to hold on to this. One of the elephant tablets.
And I'll be able to contact you through this.
Not quite, but in a proxy sort of way, we will. It's not set up yet. My agents will be able to speak with you once you make contact and embed with them up on the surface. They won't ask you to be on the surface forever, of course, not even necessarily for long. But it's important that we use the tactical advantage of your surprise involvement.
I'm unaware of these markings. Strange.
The being that gave me that. Mind Flayer. Of great repute. And very reasonable too.
Roll persuasion.
Say it.
Yeah.
15.
You're on bed for Mind Flayer chosen.
There are many means to an end that we must use to get... We need... when I say we are at war...
You're taking measures greater than I would have ever.
That is why... I know what I'm doing.
I trust you, chosen. This is the Dark Shepherd. It's told me to trust you. The Dark Shepherd has told me to trust you.
Yes.
Very well. I will... Do I wait for contact from your elated friend?
No. Leave the tablet here. You and perhaps a couple others, however many you'd like to join you, accompany you, up to the surface. Make contact with the agent. To understand more of the situation, I don't want to assume that I know everything about what's going on up there at all times. But I'm asking you to participate in waylaying the Imperials, keeping them off of our track.
We can help how we can. Arthur. Sorry, it's unusual hearing you by that name.
I like Chosen. Chosen works quite well.
Yes, chosen. I will leave you to your thoughts. let me know if there is anything else chosen that you require of me to help in this endeavor.
I believe it would be most simple for both of us if my companions and I, stay till at lunchtime, have a meal, head off with the wizard.
Do you want it to be a send-off, a spectacle? Are you off in the darkness of night? What would you prefer, chosen?
A warm farewell. Nothing too grandiose, but a meeting of kin. United in a common purpose, seeing
yes.
one another off to the next mission.
Yes, of course, chosen. Yes. It will be done.
Right,
I will
so-
set the combinations. We'll stop the ritual's progress and we'll set up for a send-off celebration.
Oh, by the way, there is missing diamond dust. I need it for something.
Oh, chosen.
But we have.
There was never a concern about that.
I'm sure, but there are plenty elsewhere. Have no fear. There are. While there are resources, not unlimited, they are within grasp.
Roll persuasion.
13.
If you require more diamond dust, we can provide you with more. If you require for any aspect of what you're doing, we are but your humble servants, Joseph.
I think everything's fine. But thank you for your time, and thank you for the privacy.
Yes, of course, chosen. You watch as she just kind of bows and begins making her way out. All right, go back to you two.
When does it happen?
So,
A lot of information that I was not expecting.
Holy shit! All right, now back to Dumb and Dumber. Now to throw Fire's plan out the window.
I thought there was a breakfast bar. Mimosas.
I love it.
let's go investigate together where the half-orc is. He's just gonna be kind of like literally just kind of like kind of pulling you closer, guys. He just kind of like keeps ushering you down like step by step down the stairs.
I can walk on my own, good sir.
Then please do, as he just kind of gives you a little nudge forward.
Oh, hold on, you're gonna make me drop the bread.
Grab a piece of chicken and just eat.
All right. Now that we're down in the cells, would you mind going and looking for clues as we do together?
Which cell was he in?
He watches you, just kind of looks at the stairs. He's over on that one over there, more likely. That's
He's over in that one, which means he's back in the cell.
God. He was in the cell. He was in that cell.
So,
You're gonna watch. He just keeps kind of looking up the staircase.
since I was previously in there without him, obviously you didn't know that I was previously in there. Is he pointing to the correct cell?
He's just pointing down the hallway.
He's just down the hallway. All right. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, hold on. You said there's multiple other people in there. Who's in this one right here? They immediately went to the right.
Was it? I mean,
I'm gonna poke my head into the first cell onto the right.
There's nobody in that cell.
Is it the closest exit through the rocks?
So as you're all doing this, you're kind of looking around. You're gonna see where there's like kind of a guard sitting off in the corner, just kind of like tinkering with a little knife and just watching all this happen. What does it even matter?
Or aren't we supposed to be looking for him?
Yes.
Well, then why don't we go probably the direction he went, which was this way?
Where we just came. Yes.
No, to the garden, to the...
Oh my God! As it turns out, we have found him. This is great.
You found him.
Yes. This is
Where-
so wonderful.
Where was
Thank you
he?
so much. You just go watch it. He goes upstairs.
Well, that was weird.
What's wrong with that guy?
What did you say?
What's wrong with that guy? What's his deal?
I think we did a good job.
You're gonna watch the guard just say they just kind of chuckles.
Is it one of the guards that I fought with?
Yeah, actually, this guard is one of the ones that you fought with earlier. You're kind of able to pick it up off of his face. He just kind of looks at both of you, just kind of smiles, and starts nodding his head.
Whoa, so, where was the guy?
You're talking about the half-orc?
Yeah.
He charmed him and brought him out there. He was going to make you follow him through the garden for a bit. I guess you caught on. There's going to be a manhunt in the garden. It would have been funny. But look, I've never seen him upset like that before.
So, there's gonna be a manhunt?
Oh, yes. He charmed him and he was hiding in the garden. He was told to run away whenever somebody went looking for him. Like a baby boy.
Why would he just do that?
Go ask him. He has his reasons.
Seems a little upset.
I was told I was to wait down here until eventually you went down there, looked for the clues, and then went out, followed them out to the garden, and me being an expert on what might have happened, I would have followed out and watched as you frolicked through the garden like a bunch of children chasing a half-orc. But that was pretty funny, too.
Hey, funny. Yeah, I agree.
You don't think the chaotic jokes are funny? Don't humor me like that.
Any more spiders come out since we went in?
Oh, I'm sure there's more spiders in the tunnel. There's always spiders in the tunnel.
What time of day is this at this point?
It would be hard if you get a gauge, but you'd assume it's probably like mid-morning.
Maybe we'll go
So,
kill a couple more. So you can fucking and just.
yeah, go right ahead.
I
I just wanted to ask you. So, these other guys in here, what are they in for?
I was told to only really talk about this with the chosen himself.
mean, I'm the host.
But you're not the chosen.
I
Roll persuasion.
That's looking a little intimidating, I would say.
Yeah, if you wanted to roll intimidation, you could roll intimidation for that.
I gotta get
The knowing
used to
look.
swiping to the proper fucking page. Intimidation or persuasion?
Yeah, or persuasion.
It doesn't matter.
Rar. XD.
That is gonna be a 21. Intimidation, by the way.
Suppose it's one of the same. So that one over there was Gurgor, the half-orc, supposed to be coming back.
Wiz Gurgor.
That one over there, the human fellow, is Win, and Win is a bit of a necromancer. One of the worst kinds of spellcasters that could possibly exist.
Oh, I be terrible. Why don't they just let them be dead? You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't agree more, friend.
Don't see? Don't see?
And the one over there, the farthest cell, is actually the mage or the wizard, if you want to call him that. I believe his name was Zephyrus.
Oh.
He's an old fellow. He fixed the army for us to be used in the ritual layer today.
Smart fellow then.
Very smart. One of the few people that's actually been able to resurrect an army. Do you understand how difficult it is to infuse a thing with sentience and a soul without needing one? It's remarkable, truly. He has a great gift, and there's no way we're letting him go.
Someone is.
Can I see him?
You wouldn't be able to see him. He's like all the way down the last cell.
Like, how far down is that?
You're probably talking like 50, 60 feet.
So I could see him.
No, because he's like in the corner of the cell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll warn
See through walls.
Wait, there's walls here?
Damn.
I thought there was just gates.
I thought it was just cells. I thought it was just like iron gates.
Like iron bars.
Yeah, you can see all through all of them.
Well, that's the only reason he was able to hide it in the live session.
Okay.
There's like
That's fair.
concrete walls between each cell.
Makes sense.
He's got
Hmm.
just over here, like, kind of tapping my foot.
What's that?
Just waiting for Reginald to finish this conversation.
Oh, I thought you were gonna continue asking him some stuff. Okay.
Oh no, I don't talk about it. I'm trying to go slash some spiders.
Who's that guy?
Find some
No, I'm
toxic
gonna fuck.
shit.
I'm gonna
Oh, we still have time.
So, what are your plans with that necromancer over there?
Well, I believe is to be decapitated
Oh,
or be used in the ritual.
or he'll be using the ritual.
Could be both.
Ah,
I don't work with them. I'm just one of the gods.
the decapitation ritual.
Pretty commonplace.
I do believe that there's need for more blood in the pool of dread, but outside of that, that would be the only reason we'd want to decapitate him in the first place.
And what use do you have for the half orc?
Oh, he was to be used in the ritual,
Oh, as well.
primarily. We tried multiple times. Last time we summoned a pretty sizable demon. Sizable. We have to be very careful. Have you read the tombs? You're traveling with the Chosen. I'm assuming you've read the tombs.
Yes, the tombs.
The tombs are the damnation to the cursed sealing ritual.
Of course. I mean, why wouldn't we know those tombs?
Go to the library. You can read up on the tombs.
Oh, okay.
You're trying to summon and perform the ritual as well, right? In patron to your goddess Artos.
Absolutely.
The Chosen is a little more fluent with that.
We're
The
doing-
spell itself.
And you need to be fluent in it as well.
We're doing as what the Chosen desires.
The Chosen doesn't desire you to be fluent in the tombs of summoning the Dark Sisters, summoning the demons. I would assume he only.
Listen,
I'm sorry, this does not make any sense. He would want all of the eyes on this. Do you realize if even one thing is misbalanced in the entire equation of what this tomb and ritual has to offer, this entire place can go so high. We will all die and be down to the hells.
Oh, I'm sure it would. Yes, and we have full trust in our Chosen for this, and he chose me as his translator, and I have full respect as well as full trust in the Chosen.
Roll persuasion.
Let me write down. Ride or die.
15.
I'm sorry. I've read the tombs multiple times. I understand every nuance of that ritual. Every ritual that has gone and passed and has failed. All the problems. We all of us in the temple look at it. Scrutiny eyes. Then we try something new. It is yet to fail on us. But we slowly move up in scale as we go. Ensuring that everything is perfectly balanced. I'm just surprised he doesn't do the same. Arthur, he goes by, right?
Correct. He has a very different approach when it comes to his teachings, and how he shares his knowledge. So it's very, very inspiring, I'll have to say.
Well, if he ever privies you to that information, go for it. Learn everything that you can. If not, go to the library. We have one here. You're gonna watch it. There's kind of like a tinking coming from like one of the cells in the hall. If you'll excuse me.
Oh, before you go, I have one question. You mentioned the Pool of Dread.
Yes.
Where is that located down here? We've yet to...
Oh, it's in a restricted room. Only certain individuals are allowed access to that room. If you want to speak about access, I would recommend talking to the head of the library or Connie herself. There's I believe, the only two alive in the temple who have been privy to access to that area.
Good to know. Appreciate it.
You watch, he just kind of walks down there and starts talking to the people in the cells.
Great, got that information.
Okay.
We did.
He,
I think it was on map too.
which cell does he go down to?
He'll take you goes down to the one with the necromancer.
Okay. Zephyrus is the one that's all the way down, or is he the first one?
All the way down on the right.
I thought he was the first one on the right.
Nope, all the way down the right. Remember when they came down the hallway? It was...
There's one restricted area on the bottom level.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing that's the place.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
Okay.
See if you want to do anything with your necromancer.
No, he's with the necromancer.
We need to go get those mushrooms.
Yes, I just kind of let's see if it's just missing one. Suspicious.
I mean, just.
Just tell him, bro.
Tell him, yes, as he's like,
Yeah, we'll be right back with those
How about
shrooms, dude.
on the way back, you can think of a way with saying, hey, we had her. We have to come back through this way anyways.
Well, Scorn, as I'm looking at the food that we have right here, I think we have all the ingredients except maybe some mushrooms to make another well-balanced meal.
Roll
What?
performance.
I fucking hate mushrooms.
Except for the good kind.
It's a 12.
Inspiration?
For the extra flavor, yeah.
I don't know if I want to burn an inspiration for that. Let's go see if the mess hall might have some little extra mushrooms. I can whip something up pretty darn good if we just had some mushrooms. I learned this from being in the forest for quite some time.
Mushrooms.
I fucking hate mushrooms. It's fine, you need them as an ingredient. We'll go find your mushrooms as we.
Yeah, we still need to go find mushrooms.
You're gonna start hearing as like the guards start saying loud, like, "No, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over those idiots over there. If you need mushrooms, go get your mushrooms."
Oh, we will. They're at the mess hall, right?
I'm sure.
All right.
Did you see
If not, there might be some fresh mushrooms in the garden. Just get it out of here, please.
Sounds good.
mushroom hunting? Let's go.
All right, we walk back up this
All right.
way.
Go
So
to the garden.
Okay, so as you all end up walking upstairs, you're gonna kind of walking through the courtyard. You're gonna end up seeing as you start walking towards that courtyard area. You're gonna end up saying, which is Kunaki, just kind of walking and ushering this little like kind of half orc is just kind of smiling and just walking right next to him, just kind of ushering him back down this like kind of hallway as you're walking by.
Oh,
How like what's height comparison between these two?
They're about the same height.
Okay.
Oh, I want to. Oh, you found him.
We did. We found him. Thanks to your help. Thank you so much.
How did you get out?
Hi, friends.
Very chummy, isn't he? Interesting. Very chummy for a half orc.
He was very upset that he escaped, and he is happy to be back in the arms of friends.
Does he look charmed?
Go ahead and roll Arcana.
That was it.
How glazed up does this guy look?
How glazed is this dude?
21.
You can tell as you're kind of looking at his eyes, there's actually like a literal glaze of arcane magic that's kind of hovering over them. It looks like there's actually a little aura that seems to circle around.
So I want.
He's definitely charmed.
So I want to act like I'm like going to chase him for a second, like do a quick movement just to like ask him.
So as you do that, you're gonna see if he just kind of like he just starts like, kind of running away. Then Kunaki is just gonna go. Come back, please. Just gonna be kind of like running in circles, just literally just kind of like playing tag, and just joking back and forth behind some of these little tapestries and things.
Don't rile up the dog. Looking at
He's escaping again. Shouldn't you guys be trying to?
It's fine. You just get the fuck out of here, please.
Do you need help?
You need help?
You're gonna watch it. He literally just like dives on him like a dog and just grabs onto him.
Wait, so he dives, he tackles him down to the ground?
Basically tackles him down to the ground, just like kind of like bear claws him, like, it's fine. It is fine. It's fine. And like, he's basically just flexing the other. He's just kind of squirming there. It's like kind of
Does that harm him?
No.
No? Okay.
It's more of just like a grabbing kind of like.
He loves it.
Okay. Alright.
I'm
So with him tagging him to the ground and not get charm person off.
Do you need help getting him up?
No, it is okay if you could just leave, please. That'd be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Here, let me. I want to apologize. Here,
Guards, usher them away, please.
Oh, okay. All right.
Whatever.
I know when I'm not wanted.
Obviously not.
No, sir, I do.
And we just go.
Yeah. Okay.
I start chuckling and say,
Alright, so eventually you guys end up getting to a point where you're kind of away from the guards and you start walking your way into the garden.
So we're going to the cave. The cave.
We're gonna go to the cave.
We're going to mushroom.
Right, as y'all end up
And
kind of
we're gonna
walking
kill
through.
some spiders. If he asks.
Okay.
Again.
As the two of you end up kind of walking through the garden, you end up finding your way into this tunnel. The rock kind of disappears as you walk closer to it and kind of make contact with it, and you kind of start walking in through and start kind of barreling your way up through this tunnel. You're actually going to see, as you're kind of walking through the garden, a bunch of footprints from what looks like a giant orc that was kind of frolicking and prowling around inside the
I thought he
garden.
was a half orc.
Well, half orc. Half orc
Giant
inside
orc.
the garden area.
Okay, wait, I have a question, just
Yep.
because I think I'm mixing up my sessions. There's no person guarding this rock, is there?
There was a person guarding the rock when you guys went in there. Right now, there is not a person guarding the rock.
Okay. I think I'm still confused with this, but we're good.
Okay. So as you end up kind of
Something.
walking through this semi-translucent walk that you ended up kind of discovering during your last pass, you guys are able to walk in through and see a bunch of spire carcasses that you kind of walk your way through. Anything you guys want to do as you're walking?
I'm just gonna kind of have dancing lights, like surrounded and following,
Dancing around you?
dancing around me.
Okay.
Or I can give, sorry, I give 4, so 2 to Reginald, 2 to me.
All right. You guys want to talk anything while you're going, or
So it's just us in the cave?
just you two? And a bunch of spire carcasses.
No. No one here.
Just you spoke about wanting your staff earlier that you had on your back, or wherever the fuck it's positioned.
Yeah, no, it was just entertaining seeing him all proud up.
I found I don't not in really much need of this anymore. And I show you my staff. Is this something you would be interested in, or could use?
Oh. I actually inspect it a little bit.
So read it out loud so everyone knows what the staff is and does.
It's a staff ensnaring authority.
Ensnaring staff of authority.
Basically, what it does is it's a magic weapon, +1.
Staff
and it
allows
allows
you to
you to hold person.
cast hold person once per long rest, and you have +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with maybe this magic weapon. Ooh.
Because actually, you are a druid. You use the quarterstaff.
I'm a druid and a monk, so yes,
Druid and a monk.
I
Being
can
a magic weapon.
very much well use this.
Very monkey weapon.
Very. Okay. Yes. I'm like, where did you obtain this?
Well, it was utilized a lot on my days at sea, or my slave days. When they tried to run away, and these just in there.
Well, the craftsmanship on this is just remarkable and detailed magic that this holds as well.
Can I roll history to see if I know where I actually got it from?
Yeah, you can.
'Cause I actually have no idea where I got it from. He would have to tell me that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's probably going to be a negative. 8 plus.
Shit, I'd have found this on the ground.
That's a 7.
So, you don't remember the exact story, but you do remember basically ripping it from the body of some kind of a goblin shaman. As you went and kind of enslaved an entire tribe of goblins, the shaman was trying to fight you off, and all you remember really was slaughtering him and taking the staff off of his corpse.
Well, I did get it from a goblin shaman on one of our raids.
Those shaman, I've heard many tales of them. Very tricksters they are. And they're very underestimated. Extremely underestimated. Be quite powerful, especially when they have a whole tribe.
Oh, it was very difficult siege, for sure. We got a decent amount of slaves out of it, but we could have had more. We didn't have to kill them.
It's unfortunate what happened to them. Well, I mean, yes, if you have no use for it, then yeah, you can take it off your hands. I thank you.
So I'll just give you the.
I take the staff graciously.
I'll hold on until you tell me you're good to go. In inventory list. Or did you already add it?
I didn't add it yet. So
You should be able to look it up.
Yeah, it's in there. So I'll delete it when you tell me.
All right.
So I kind of start. I mean, as we're going, I'm looking around.
It's pretty tight corridors. You probably know where most of the spiders were.
One, yeah, if there's spiders, gonna fucking attack them. And two, have we seen any mushrooms at this point?
Yeah, not so far. But as you end up walking for about there like 5 minutes or so, you're gonna end up looking as kind of in the side corner and some of the crevices of some of these walls. You're kind of seeing like a swelling almost kind of coming out as you end up approaching. The light gets brighter and brighter. And as this like kind of thing swells and pushes far and farther out of this crevice, so it kind of gets to a point where it's about to burst. You see what looks like kind of a line of them just going down one of the columns.
Reginald, is this what you're looking for?
sorry, I was inspecting this. Yes, actually, it's exactly what we're looking for.
And there's a lot of them, like right there in this kind of vein in between the rocks.
Oh, okay. And if I remember correctly, it's not the actual like bud that we're trying to get. It is the essence inside of the toxicoid. Or am I mixing that up?
Roll history.
I didn't write that part.
Can we just take it all and then we can drain it?
There is a finesse to it. I remember that part. That's a 15.
You remember this is something that has to be handled with a lot of care. That care is kind of eluding you.
Okay. We have to handle it very delicately. As you can see, it is reacting to lights.
As the closer the light goes, the bigger it gets. So I would have pulled them back just a little bit so they're not.
The insides of it can be very toxic. That's why we do not want that to be exposed.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. I think what I'll do here, I'll try to...
So we don't want to explode them, we want to take them out without exploding them.
Correct. So I'm going to very cautiously go up to one of them, take out one of my daggers, and slowly at the base just start carving it.
Roll nature for me really quick.
Terrible druid, by the way. I have a 7.
7. You don't remember too much about it, but you end up kind of like jamming your dagger in there and just kind of going for it anyways. Let's go ahead and roll sleight hand.
Good at that, though.
I am good at that. 17.
17. So as you're just kind of jamming the dagger in there, you're kind of not giving a whole lot of caution. As you're kind of going halfway through, you're like, ooh, we should probably be a little more careful if you watch like a little bit of a liquid starts kind of going out. And it's really difficult for you to do this too because you're doing this at like an awkward angle and you're not able to get light directly on it or else the entire bloom would end up kind of coming out because you don't have dark vision. So you're kind of just working through shadows and everything. You start getting halfway down, you get to the point where you can no longer see what you're actually cutting. What's your sleight hand disadvantage?
7 being the lowest.
Okay. So as you kind of keep going down a little bit more and a little bit more, you're going to end up kind of realizing you actually can't see your daggers going. And as that happens,
Oh shit.
you're going to watch it just immediately kind of start shaking and plumes out. You're going to end up taking a total of 11 acid damage. as it looks like it plumes out and explodes right in your face.
Okay, I'm going to react to that. I'm going to burn absorb elements, and
It's a good usage.
yeah. So I'm gonna take half of that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna this is so that's d6.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's actually.
Scott, I think you should try a hand at this instead. I can't really see it's it's too dark for me to see the lights reacting. I can't get enough light into it and I can't see that well into it.
Okay. I will. Sure.
Just please be very careful with it.
I try to follow his lead as far as what he just did. As
Okay.
like sensitive.
If you're kind of like trying to lean over his shoulder and give him things, I'll give you advantage on it. But
If I'm trying to lean over his shoulder. Or
no,
he's trying to
he's
lean
trying to lean over your shoulder and just kind of tell you. So you have to kind of, I kind of cut like this, and I was fine until I couldn't see what I was doing.
Yeah, so I want to
Okay.
just kind of guide you a little bit.
You're basically using a help action.
Sure. Yeah. That's fine.
So
You
go
holding
ahead
a
and roll
flashlight
sleight of
for him?
hand. Yeah,
I'm rolling sleight of hand.
sleight of hand with advantage.
This is not that good. It doesn't matter. Oh my god. I am going. How does that work with inspiration with advantage?
You just get rid of the lowest, or like you replace whatever roll you want.
No, like if I re-roll, do I get to re-roll both, or do I get to re-roll one?
Just
Roll
one.
one.
I got a 1 and a 2.
I saw the one. I'm like, oh fuck.
I got a 1 and a 2.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Wow,
use the
that's a
inspiration.
feels bad moment right there.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. 7.
As you start cutting through, you're gonna end up getting to a point where you start feeling it begin to plume all of a sudden, and you just watch this thing just kind of start exploding in your face. You're end up gonna taking a total of 15 acid damage as this thing plumes and just explodes right in your face.
Oh, hold on. I have new shit now.
Luckily, though, as you guys are looking around, it looks like there's plenty more bulbs to go.
Ah well, let's try the next one.
Okay, hold on. If I remember correctly, it's not the actual bulb that we need, it's the secretion that we need from it. I think it's the secretion that we need from it. Because I think that's that's the reactive agents to help Zephyrus basically burn off the
Oh, I took 15 damage.
Do you have a cup? Actually,
Don't you have a bag of holding? Do you have a cup in your bag of holding?
yes, I'm just gonna put my bag of holding right over the fluid. Yep. Here you go, Zephyrus.
Let's just empty the bag of holding right here, everyone. All right, Zephyrus, you got 30 seconds. The guard's coming.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go over to the little pond area, the water. I'm going to take my water skin out. Gonna just dump it.
So it's gonna be like a 15-minute walk or something like that to walk all the way back out.
Isn't there like water? Isn't this like water?
That's the garden area. So you'd have to walk all the way out of the
we-
cave. You guys
we're
went
in
deep
the
inside the
cave.
cave, remember?
Okay.
Yeah, because when you were searching the garden, you couldn't
Ah,
find
fuck.
it.
Okay,
hold
I
on, you need water?
No, I'm just gonna dump my water.
Okay,
On the ground.
there you go. You definitely were inside the
Yeah,
ground
okay.
of the cave.
Now I'm gonna. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if we can get some like.
So
suspicion.
let's. Okay, I feel like you're a pretty wise fella. I feel like you should be pretty wise. Let's roll survival really quick.
Yay!
Use your in-game.
Oh, okay. That's a 6.
In the heat of the moment, you're like, "This is it. What could possibly go wrong?"
Well, before the water hits, I just start shaping water. Like that's what I just wanted to play with it as it like.
Okay, so you're playing with the
water.
water.
I think it's the water that was hitting the gonna hit the ground.
I'm just like.
No, you're playing with the wire.
And then I'm kind of like seeing if it like.
You're like splashing
Residue
yourself
a
in the
little bit,
face
yeah.
with it. Kind of having like your beach day kind of vibes. So as you end up kind of getting over
remember
there.
what we needed from the button. I should have.
So as you end up kind of like messing with it, just kind of like getting a light next to it, watching it explode, trying to hold your wire skin and get some of the stuff in there. You're gonna get a bunch of it, like bunch of this like concoction into your wire skin. Like, oh, we got it. As the hole begins to burn through your wire skin, it means falling to the ground. So go ahead and add water skin with hole in the bottom.
With hole. I'm just gonna get rid of the water skin. I'm gonna throw the water skin in the bag of holding.
Okay.
I don't want to leave evidence.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You don't want this to get out.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Do you not have an empty potion bottle?
I could right now if I wanted to. Yeah, go.
Like the one time in the RPG where you don't like eat the bottle. Come on, eat the bottle like a normal human being. Well, this time I want to keep it.
Wait. Hold on. Hold on a second.
I'm always a recycler in here.
Hold on. Brain moment.
Big brain. Incoming.
I don't really have much to help. I'm not fucking up my other magic.
See, these are like the lovely moments where, like, as a DM, you don't even have to make puzzles. The puzzles just kind of happen. Like,
I love it. Wow, it's great. I'm an alchemy. I had the whole time.
what's that?
I had an alchemy kit.
Oh my god. Well, I think that might work.
Let's try it. I take one of the vials.
You've had this the entire time?
You can watch it, like, he literally takes out an entire chemistry kit with, like, vials and everything. with pretty little lids that never been used and still in the plastic wrapper.
The
Like,
entire time we've been walking, I hear it jingle, and it has been annoying me, so I just keep ignoring it every single time.
I don't have any.
No problem.
That's right.
so as you end up going in there, just scooping up some of this little acid like residue off the ground, it seems pretty well contained inside the glass bottle. How many vials are you gonna get?
As much as I can from the puddle that forms.
There's not a whole lot, but as you're kind of going through, you're probably gonna have to like pop a couple other ones. Okay. So as you guys are popping other ones, if you guys are gonna do that, I'm gonna have whoever's doing it is gonna roll dex saves.
Okay. Could.
I agree with that.
Just yes.
You hear like a sound of concurrent coming from deep echoing across the entirety of the temple.
I should do this.
I'm just looking out for spiders now. Making sure none come at us.
Alright, so go ahead and roll me 2 dex saves.
Okay. That is a 16 and a 13.
Okay. You're able to kind of fondle these things just enough where pop, pop, and then you're able to sweep up the acids and what have
I
you.
don't know why you gotta say it like that.
Well, so you doing right?
Just fondle them enough and they'll... Yeah, look at all these vials I just filled up. Just milk the shit out.
So
Hell
about
yeah,
what,
bro.
3 vials?
Yeah, you got 3 vials.
Fucking ropes coming in.
Is that plenty?
I think that should be plenty.
Is that plenty?
He would feel like that's plenty. Yeah.
Okay.
Based off the description and everything, is that for
Did he get enough?
We're diamond dust.
I want to kind of look around to see how far this cave goes.
Okay.
See if there's any actual like.
You would know based off the travels you went through earlier, it actually goes a lot farther because you were walking through there for quite some time before you kind of got to that point.
Okay.
Sorry, you were walking through quite some time after the point that you guys were standing. at.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So should we head back? Are you good? Do we have everything?
I think this is plenty.
Right, and as the two of you start walking back, we're going to Arthur. You finally finish getting your hair up. The finest of ways.
Put some pomade on there.
A little bit of pomade. A little bit of pig grease to make it, all look good.
Let a curl come in a couple of the ends.
Yeah, you gotta get a couple.
Okay,
Gotta get a couple.
Feeling pretty good about it.
Yep, got that pretty boy swagger. All right, so what are you doing?
Go to the library.
Okay. So you end up walking your way down the stairs and finding your way through the main entry area. And as you kind of walk through, it looks like people are just kind of going about their day. And it looks like at this point, actually, there's a lot less hustle and bustle. That people are kind of stacking things over next to the door. And there's actually people that are just kind of sitting around conversing, just having general conversations.
I'm just gonna pass by them.
Okay.
I'll just take quick note of them.
Chosen. Yes. As they're all just kind of bowing as you walk by.
And I just I return the bow. And that's it. I can go.
Oh, excuse me. Arthur. Yes.
You need a word?
Yes, I just wanted to let you know that we are so honored to have you here. I was actually in charge of the preparation for the ceremony, and given your word, the ceremony will cease. I will happily relinquish this role and this job whenever the time comes. If you require more, please let myself know.
Your Lady Ilkani will guide you well enough.
Yes, of course, chosen.
And then I will continue walking.
Yes, as you're kind of walking by, you're gonna end up hearing one of them saying, "You fucked it up. You didn't do it right. you spoke too much. You shouldn't have spoke too much."
You're blushing, bro. You're blushing.
That's like literally what you're gonna end up hearing as you walk by. So. All right, so you end up finding your way over to the library.
I walk in and I'm looking.
Actually, as you approach, you're gonna watch the door actually opens itself for you.
I stop and I walk.
Roll Arcana for me.
Arcana. Whoa, that's fat. 26.
Okay, that's really good.
That's fat as fuck.
Let's have you go ahead and roll a investigation too.
Investigation. That's not fat. That's a 9.
Okay. So as the doors end up creaking, you're able to tell some kind of a magical thing has opened the door, but what exactly? I'm not sure. But you kind of just happy by the gesture, walk right in. You watch the door just kind of close right after you.
I look within the library, looking for the bookkeeper, Korth.
Yep. You're gonna watch as there's actually a gentleman sitting in kind of the main entry area, just kind of going straight down. Well, next to these like just lines of tall bookcases going up almost 2 stories in height. You end up seeing a table sitting over there in front of you. As you're looking on the side, you end up seeing what is these giant roots and tree stems that are kind of going up and spiraling, kind of holding the entirety of these bookshelves intact. You end up watching in the corner as one tree oak ends up kind of going through and kind of creating a little bit of a canopy over top of what is this desk area. Has a couple of lanterns dangling from it. You're going to end up seeing what is an individual riding with a lantern right over next to it. Just riding on parchment.
I kind of admire the well-built nature into this library just made out of pure cave.
I have been expecting you. Chosen? You watch, he just kind of turns around.
Korth, I assume?
You assumed correctly.
Well, I've heard a great deal about you. And I am keen to see what you have for me.
Well, I hold a great deal of books in my collection. But what is it that you, Chosen, require? And forgive me, I don't want to use you by one of your improper names. You presume the name Arthur here.
Yes, or just Chosen works for me. I prefer Chosen.
Chosen, it is.
Of course, everyone who sees a nice, restricted area locked behind gates, assuming that there's good things behind that. What knowledge might I acquire from this library that you keep that I would not find anywhere else? That you pride yourself in keeping safe here?
One of the things that we carry in restricted session is a true archive of what happened during the Plague of the Deathwalkers, written from the untainted perspective of the followers of Morigna and the Dark Sisters.
This is a collection of multiple...
The true collection and recollection from multiple perspectives.
How many volumes?
10 volumes. each written from a perspective of a different individual in the army.
I only knew of 4. I've only found 2.
They're very well hidden. Chosen.
I would love to see this collection.
For anyone else, that would be a no. But for you, Chosen, you watch as he literally just go ahead and kind of pulls out of his sleeve a key, and literally just hands you the key.
Thank you.
Now bear in mind, this key, while it opens this, is meant for nobody but you. Not your compatriots. Not the single one of those rebel rousers running around outside. They have not proven themselves to be. But this is only for people who have proven themselves worthy of this information. See it firsthand.
I assume the goddess herself told this to you.
Who else would have instructed me to give this key to you?
Truly. You've done your goddess a great service, keeping this for you. And I appreciate it very much. And in fact, I am very eager to begin reading some of these. What I must know, additionally, different subject. When you come by these novels, how do you hear about them? Is it legend? Is it other sources that you've read? I'm curious. It's not many a time I get to speak with another knowledge seeker, of someone who doesn't just delve and look around for things. There are those who hear the legends and they go venture forth and somehow find the forbidden knowledge they've been looking for. And there's the real number of us that actually learn of it in a subscript within a forgotten tome from God knows when. Please, I'm curious of your methods.
For acquiring such information. It's been over the course of decades of my life. For during the plague, and you end up walking as he kind of pulls back his hood, you end up seeing that this is actually some kind of a full drow.
Does he look old?
He looks pretty old. Yeah, based off of what you kind of gauge, you're thinking he's probably in his 300 to 400s. Yeah, about 300 to 400, maybe a little bit more. See, I was but young when the Plague of the Deathwalkers originally spawned. I was in Imperial territory, birthed into it. But then, living in the Underdark, I sought out the Dark Shepherdess herself, and she gifted me with knowledge of a hidden tomb. After reading said tomb, I was enlightened. For I understood what the world truly was and what it could be. Upon doing that, I needed to go seek more information. In her name, I went forth, and I actually successfully, with help of influence, robbed the library of the Grand King in the Imperial territory. If it was forbidden knowledge he would never have kept. We took it off into the freelance. Upon arriving here in this territory, less held by the Empire at the time, we were able to establish a temple to her. And this temple right here, I'm proud to say, was a spawning of the Plague of the Deathwalkers. This temple here is where we spawned in Morigna into the material plane. This temple here is what started the revolution. Sorry, I get emotional.
Are any of these chronicles written by you?
Some are. Volume 7, actually.
I'll read that one first. I'm curious.
Roll whatever you want, charisma-wise, whatever you want.
Oh, +4.
Okay.
13 of persuasion.
Chosen. You honor me so. So much so. I believe I have another volume that might be in your interest. You watch as he kind of walks over. You watch he takes out another key and just opens the door to the restricted section. Kind of starts perusing through a couple bookshelves, pulls one out. This one right here. It is a tomb of leadership and influence. It was one of the tombs that was originally given to me by the Dark Shepherdess. For I do not care to work on the charismatic arts. But you, chosen, your influence, I believe this is best served in your hands.
I briefly open it.
As you open
flip
it,
through.
roll Arcana.
The Book of the Necromancer of Thay. Oh! 13.
Okay. As you do, you kind of feel like a blast of arcane magic just kind of hit your face. But you're kind of like just walking your eyes across the words on the page. You're hardly able to comprehend it, and all of a sudden it comes into focus. And it does. You end up seeing that this text isn't just text explaining conversation and language, but it's also the understanding of people. The understanding of magic and influence. And the words themselves, as you kind of begin to read them, you feel almost a sense of understanding of one's tongue come over you.
Get.
You would feel like, if you read this entire tome, you would
Something-
likely gain additional stuff.
Okay. I couldn't tell if it was a language proficiency or something.
No. It is, you feel like this would be like something involving an ability score.
Cole, this is an honor, and thank you. Truly. You honor me, and though of course you haven't hidden anything from me now. I believe you yourself are a hidden treasure among many people of less consequence.
For I do not work for Ilkani. We are both valued as equals in the eyes of Morigna herself. The Dark Shepherdess has said a plethora of times. For she is chosen to represent the Dark Shepherdess. But I am also chosen, not in the same right, but in the ways of the knowledge of the ancestry of our very religion. And when I die, and I go to meet Dark Sisters, I will there be able to recall the knowledge as a bard does to the ears of the Dark Shepherdess herself. While I enjoy my life on this plane, I wait that day. But until that day comes, Chosen, I must work on my tunes. Must finish my writing, my copying and mending. Please enjoy the restricted section.
Before you go,
Yes,
I must ask you something.
Chosen.
This is a proposition. I know you value your work here, and I can see it is very personal and passionate project of yours. Would you consider perhaps relocating and say providing more of this knowledge, more of this experience with those needing to prepare the ritual?
Perhaps. I will have to speak to Morigna in prayer. If she wills it, it shall be.
Your knowledge should not be... I'm not saying it is, but I feel like among the chaos and opportunity that exists right now, in these very crucial times, where action is all but the most important. I think you can help, aid in many ways more than undusting, or rather, dusting off a bunch of tomes underground.
Roll persuasion.
Eight.
We shall see what the Dark Shepherdess has to say. But, Chosen, you honor me so. I must return to my works. He watches, he turns away and walks back to his desk. Okay. Alright, so you're able to grab whatever books you want. Okay. You grab all the tombs. and all the
Thank
stuff.
Into the bag hole.
So as you end up grabbing all those things and kind of making your way out of the library back up to your quarters, you're going to end up watching as everything in the outside kind of starts just kind of simmering down a little more. People seem to be kind of relaxing and just kind of taking their time. Some people are sipping wine, just kind of chatting and conversing. You're able to kind of walk up to your room without being interrupted at all. Go back to the two of you as you end up kind of re-entering this establishment. You end up kind of walking down the hallways. It seems like everything's just kind of not even business as usual, just super relaxed. Like people are just kind of waiting around for something to do at this point.
I've changed a little bit. Did we go to the library first?
The pull shred.
Well, you want to go to it? Follow you in.
Sure. I'll head to the library.
Okay. So as you end up walking into the library, you're going to end up seeing what is an individual sitting off in the corner, writing away on some kind of paper.
Sir, ma'am, what are we looking like?
It's a sir.
Just making sure it hasn't changed.
Jake from State Farm.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. No. Host.
Host.
What are you doing here?
I am looking to recharge this. I pulled out.
Where did you get that?
It's one of the reasons we're here. It's to help return it, but also...
The Chosen never made mention of one of the fine relics of the goddess herself.
Did you not?
No. How did you come in possession of this relic?
Well, in my days before I met the Chosen, part of me was venturing on the seas across different areas and plains, and I came across this on one of my missions and raids. And it kind of started drawing me to the Chosen and to the Underdark, to the temple.
Roll deception.
What if it's persuasion?
Honestly, I'd rather
No cap, bro.
It doesn't matter, actually. That'd be a 9?
Oh. Oh.
What do I do?
Guys.
Host. You're concealing things. It doesn't matter to me what you're concealing exactly. But you cannot lie to me. Well, I was alive when that relic was taken. It was taken from here in this temple. Adventurers. You're not of age to have been part of that.
I am not, no.
I make no connection to you. But all the same, the question begs, why?
Why what? Why do I have it? Why is it here? Why did I take it?
Oh, for I wish the Chosen had kept better company. If you're wishing to take this to the Pool of Dread, this I cannot do without Morigna's consent. And you are not permitted access to that section. It was magically barred. Now, is there anything else I could do for you?
Well, if you can ask Morigna next time you pray to her.
When we are in prayer, I will relay. Now I must get back to my tomb.
Is there anything in here where you're looking for?
For the bowl.
Bowl?
The bowl.
We don't give a shit about mind flayers anymore. Okay. Alright.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. And your name, sir?
My name? Korth.
Host. Obviously.
Host, nice to meet you.
Your intelligence astounds me, friend.
Well, thank you.
Just as I'd expect.
This mighty fine collection of
Yes.
tomes.
You watch as he just kind of turns around and starts writing on his booklet. I'm gonna run the rest of it.
Okay. Much larger than the one in the temple.
I was gonna say I don't. There's no reason besides that. Or us running. At least that I'd have.
Yeah. Let's reconvene.
That's kind of what my thought
Yes.
process.
Let's reconvene.
I'm gonna grab another water. Anybody want anything from downstairs?
I'm good, man.
I'm A-okay.
Oh.
Dan, you want anything from downstairs?
Okay.
More peace.
Peace. Can't talk right now.
I'm making piss.
God damn it. Oh, damn it. I should have fucking clenched that guy's balls more. And you're all like, hey, bro, that was cool, man. Fucking idiots. Huh?
What'd you call me?
Huh? Fucking child person, motherfucker. Tell your boss on you. I got it!
I'm gonna tell your mom. Sounds like he was an OG, bro. OG gangster. Original gangster.
I'm sorry, but what was it that you were dangling in front of Okami? What did you say? I missed the part where you just completely
didn't know
turned
we
the
had
tables
the-
on her.
The Luke.
I gave her a handbook, and then I gave her one of the Elitha
The
tablets.
tablets,
Yeah.
Okay.
So what did you guys end up doing?
Nothing.
We're gonna reconvene.
We're gonna go back.
He
to
went
find our-
downstairs, literally IRL, grabbed that,
That was it.
and then he came back up, and then we said,
I'm like, I should have like fucking punched that dude's balls more. Like, been like, hey bro, that was cool what you did. Like, we know what you did.
I was honestly gonna like. Is the cells on the way back?
No.
Like,
You'd have to make your way out. Go down to the cells.
I want to be on the lookout to see if I see him again.
Okay.
On our way back, and then I'm gonna do the same shit if we do. If he's still there.
It looks like you're not able to see him on your way back. You guys are able to get back up to the room where Arthur is.
Okay.
Alright.
so
Let me try that.
that's good.
It's fucking good.
To set the scene, same room that we were in before,
Mm.
except I got a fat ass
You got a fat ass.
stack of books,
Okay.
and that too. But I'm sitting
Supposed
down
to
like
be, I can't stop staring at
I'm like hunched over, reading. I'm knocking anything over.
See your
That's good.
Yes, come in.
careful there, Arthur. Don't want to alarm you or anything, but I think people who look into books tend to turn into a animal. I think they call it a bookworm.
That would be a.
Jesus Christ.
Wouldn't necessarily be an animal.
They just start meditating in the fucking car.
Why did you? They just let you get this from the library?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
The whole lot.
He asked why you didn't mention the bow. Librarian, that is.
There's a few of these really important terms.
I'm gonna go up to.
Yeah, good talk.
I'm gonna go up to the very various ones. I'm just gonna pick one up and just like read the covers.
Hey, try. I like push one out of the way and grab the one under it. Hand it over. Try this one close. Go like halfway through that one.
I guess I'm just reading the remaining volumes of the
Yep.
Tomb of the Deathwalkers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll assist. I'll grab one just patiently.
Okay. I'm able to see the one. I kind of just want to look under to see what he's reading.
He's reading. Well, which one are you reading?
His course. Some
Volume
Course?
7.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going to watch you reading A Tomb of the Plague of the Deathwalkers, a recollection from Morigna's followers, Volume 7.
Interesting. Okay. Did you pick up that one that you just had magic? Just...
Yeah, I have that one. I haven't been through it though.
Gotcha.
This might take me some time to sift through, but these are extraordinary.
Well, I think we have everything.
We
Well,
have everything. I mean, no, you're not wrong. We have everything. Everything they had, we have it. All the information, everything.
well,
From those of old, from
well, we can literally
Apparently, there's
also,
sacred oil.
we can literally also go see get Zephyrus out as well. We have the final ingredient.
oh,
we
that yes, that's been arranged.
what?
Huh? Yes. While you all were gone. So, okay. I don't know what funny business Kunaki pulled with you all. I assume.
You tried.
Only the funniest.
Yeah, he was.
It was
funny.
it was-
We were as well.
It was a distraction. Nothing bad. But Ilkani and I needed to meet. And discuss things. And I persuaded her that we will take Zephyrus with us. If we have the reagents for the teleportation spell, we can just say, hey dude, walk your cell. Here we go. Let's head back, shall we? And we can be rid of this place.
So she just you. So you talked with her, and she's just letting us go.
We're all but friends here.
We're not prisoners,
Okay.
Here's the problem.
but Bethany.
Yes.
That's the problem.
We're saving Bethany. The RV is also in Bethany's room.
Bethany and the Arby are no longer in danger. Bethany, yes, is being, held to Ilkani. And I know you take issue with this. But she will not be harmed. She will not be sacrificed. In fact, they won't be doing the ritual anytime soon. After reading I believe they mentioned, I'm not sure if you've heard now, I feel like it's been mentioned at least 30 times since being down here, Tome of the Ritual of the Curse Sealing. Upon reading that, and then looking around and seeing what this cult prepared for the ritual, they weren't ready. They were going to blow it all sky high, themselves included. If we stayed here while that happened, we would have died too. Pretty sure. 98% sure. But they will not be undergoing the ritual. We will be taking Zephyrus with us and freeing him, not just capturing him for our own needs, though I would really like if he did resurrect the Arby that we took in possession, presumably from him himself. And I believe that would be maybe a good enough payment for his rescue.
Well, I mean, I have my eyes on a couple of things.
Like what? Oh, from his shop?
Yes.
Well, what if we had just somebody, I don't know, a metallic being perhaps that is trained in the arts of medicine
Fair.
and healing within. There are many things. We can do all of that business when we get there.
Right.
Regardless, his safety and his guaranteed transfer to our custody has been arranged. And not only do I have all these tomes, but we can all use it to understand more about.
I promise.
This is all I've wanted my whole life.
I promise
these
I
10
would take her
volumes?
back. I told her I would take her back. Save her.
There's more time. I'm not saying this is happening immediately.
Is there a
But
point whenever she's not with money?
there's been at least a few already. Akani goes about her business throughout the day. Bethany not necessarily in tow for all of them.
They don't need to be. They're not hand in hand most of the day. Or, I mean, she's at night. She goes back to her room to sleep on her own.
Yeah. Good times to try and see her then through the night.
I don't think
Or bring Zephyrus to her.
it is dangerous.
The RV.
It is dangerous, and I am concerned. Because this is something I don't know. Of the dangers of physically separating the host from its chosen. I don't know what consequences that could bring.
Well, from what ours said was the physical plane. Which means...
But it didn't mention anything about maybe in times past when this ritual has been conducted, there hasn't been anybody who has gone far from their chosen, or they've made their host go on a separate mission several thousand miles away on an adventure. I don't know. If we take Bethany, willingly or not, or consented by or not by Elkani and the rest, I don't know what will befall either her or Elkani.
Well, we'll run that risk. However, we will have a very knowledgeable magical fellow with us that may have insights as to how to break said bond.
Perhaps. I think it might be too soon to act upon that.
Or you can have him... What did you say you needed him for?
Actually, I don't think I specified. I just said I need the mage.
Yeah, you did just say need the mage.
To be comparing the host.
What do you mean?
Comparing her host to your host. With Zephyrus in the room.
Hold on.
I'm not sure I'm following.
So instead, you needed him to differentiate between potentially the two different bonds or the bond itself to make sure that the ritual itself is proper or modified.
No, we actually don't need him beyond resurrecting the army. His purpose has been served. I really don't know if he'll know anything about the breaking of a bond of such.
It's just an act. Just to get him to her room.
Can I do a history check as to see what's that for a sec?
So you want him to
basically,
take a look?
Magical
Yeah, I
outside
basically
of the
tell them
area,
you need
'cause I remember him
Zephyrus
saying that we need
to
to
compare
go
the two of
find
us to
the
me and
secret
Bethany together in the
in
same
order
room
to escape.
while we're all there, take his magic shit off.
Still, we run the risk that Bethany could be harmed in the process. I really don't know what would happen if there is too much physical separation. Even if
she dies at worst case scenario, then wouldn't that ritual be null and void without the host?
not necessarily, they could just find another, and that would be the tragic part of it.
And we leave her here, she's dead. Not maybe physically, but
this was not Bethany's choice,
right.
as this was not your choice either, and I recognize that. But I don't know. That would not be something I could persuade. And in doing so, in taking an act that would be definitely not in line with what Ilkani wants. Because they are gracious hosts at the moment. I don't want to anger them. They have not committed wrong to us. In fact,
Pause really quick. Your question. Sorry, I just want to make sure his question's done.
I'm sorry.
He asked like 5 minutes ago.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't want to interrupt either. I don't want to
Let's do it. What's the question?
What does Zephyr say regarding? Because yes, we need to escape. We need a magic, but he said that we need to go through the secret tunnel, did he not?
No, he said something. So he said that the secret tunnel was some way because if he can't get these shackles off, he can't cast the spell. So if we can't do that, you'd have to get him through there or something, or usher him all the way out the Underdark.
If we can't get the shackles.
If you can't get the shackles off, but if you're able to kind of make this concoction, he could kind of like get the shackles off enough, or at least loosen the cuffs and get the magic separated enough where he could actually.
Okay, that's what I just need a refresher on.
Totally.
Okay. Then
You would just need to make the potion. So.
That's it. Okay.
There you go. Sorry. Go ahead.
We bide our time. I believe we will be presented with and be in a more advantageous position to free Bethany, and to not have to worry about the consequences of betraying Ilkani. We are a bit in a pickle here, because we are not in an advantageous position. We might have the air of authority and the newcomer's guest repute, but I can only go so far.
I say maybe buying some more time might be wise. I say let's at least try to get Zephyrus in here. We can talk with him a bit. Get his input. I'm still curious as to what this Wynn character. I did see him a little bit in
What
my
character?
the human.
necromancer.
He is a necromancer, being held captive in cells. He might be a wild card that we could probably use as well. If things.
We can go right now to the cells and just free Zephyrus, tell them to unlock his shackles, hand him the reagents, say, teleport us all out of here, and we will be gone.
Would like to recharge this.
That would be good too.
Because you might be able to get in when I cannot.
Perhaps. I can see to that before we go. I don't want to push our luck down.
I'm not sure when we're going to find another pool of dread.
We're not. This is it. This is,
So
if not the only one,
the
it
only
is.
best and only.
How did you get access to the restricted zone? You still have the key.
That'll
that's,
do it.
That's fine, I guess.
Oh.
Does he still have the key?
I do have.
Okay.
I
Does that
emptied it,
work?
so I mean,
Would that be the same key?
I doubt it's the same lock. Regardless, we can walk out of here with Zephyrus, and nobody will give us any problems. Bethany's the wild card.
It's the fact that
We can bide our time. In fact, I've instructed Ilkani to take herself and whatever companions she wants and go to the surface. I believe we will be presented with other opportunities where we can get Bethany away from Ilkani, sever the bond after knowing what that might take, learning.
So I'm torn on what I want to do. You want to roll?
Do whatever you want, man.
I mean, like, perception. If you beat... I mean, not persuasion. And then, like, if you beat me, I'll just be, like, persuaded along and that. Because part of me is going to, like...
You want me to just give you a number?
I want you to roll. I want to see if it works. I have...
This is
I mean,
you guys.
I'm
not
talking
gonna-
about it.
I know. I
I'm
mean,
telling
like...
if we don't know what's going to happen to them, take her. Just ask.
We don't even know if separation across physical planes, like we learned about, we don't even know what that would result in. We know that we can sever the bond that way, or the bond does not carry over between planes, but does that mean the ultimate demise of one part or the other, or both?
Does any... The books you found speak on the host then?
Not yet. I've only had about an hour, perhaps, with these. That's why I say, if we bide our time, plan our moves, set ourselves up for success, we can, in our own favor, be able to free Bethany. I know this means a lot to you. I just think this is a bad time to do it. And I hope you understand why. I'm trying to come at this situation as pragmatically as possible, not... I understand. I understand wanting to break a bond that subjugates one another.
I'm trying to think of because of me redoing attributes if I've gotten stupider in my head as my own personal, I would say, opinion or choice.
Let's have you go ahead and roll. I think it would be religion. Let's have you do religion.
18.
Okay. So you know that the kind of the oath that you swore, that oath actually has a direct tie to your ability to have access to your magic, because your oath is your word. It does complicate things. There's obviously kind of ways to lean back and forth, but the power that you're attempting to derive all bases off of your oath. And if you go too far outside of it, you could potentially be breaking it.
Which could be badass.
Fucking done it yet. I still have 2 more levels where I fucking take it. And I'm already breaking it. Damn. I have to try and do something.
Stop making oaths!
Did I just get 2 levels?
Bro, crazy!
You're not abandoning an oath. We're coming back to... Ignore that.
If the goal was to get Zephyrus here, while you try in this room to talk, was that what you were referring to? Originally? You said bring him here? Like to this room?
Yeah, we can bring him here.
Hers is only a rock throw away. We can time it where I can just have her walk over. And if nobody's there and it's safe, we will. But I can't just
I don't doubt we'll get away. I don't doubt that at all. I worry the consequences after.
Well, before we go, ask Zephyrus if it would
We don't
do
even know if he'll know.
Well, I mean,
Chances are he hasn't read these books. The only person I know who's read these is definitely Colt.
he would know if she'd be safe to teleport.
I don't know if he would know that.
There's
These
no
are
harm in asking.
while these rituals are arcane in nature, much of it relies upon divine energy. And this wouldn't necessarily be of the same school of thought that Zephyrus might be well studied in. He might not know anything of this. He might be an enchanter, and that's simply it. Maybe he really likes going out, finding magical things on the ground in the forest very far away from the city, and coming back and enchanting items with them. He just might be an enchanter. He could be more. I really don't know.
Roll insight, Rachel. You guys keep going.
It sounded like you wanted to chime in too.
You feel like this conversation not only is a little bit like kind of going in loops and going in circles, but you're just kind of coming to this realization. It's like you're kind of like street smarts on this kind of just kicks in. It's like there's plenty of people here who know about the ritual. Why don't we just ask people?
Yeah, I was gonna exactly chime in. I'm like, the librarian just gave you a whole shit ton of books. Just go ask him what happened if we take Bethany to another plane of existence, or
me.
take her.
Not
What happens? What happens if
host.
the host leaves the plane of existence? What happens? Are there different bonds? Are all bonds the same? Ask the librarian fellow, and then we can get Zephyrus in here, and
Potentially.
depending on the answer
Yeah.
he gives you, maybe able to find a solution.
All right.
Let's go with
Fair
that.
enough.
Pass the librarian friend. Then we'll get Zephyrus over here.
Since you're down there,
Is it?
Okay.
by the way, that is what led me to you.
Ah. It did, didn't it?
And how we became connected.
Agree.
So most of this place thinks
We did. We come into possession of this object together. So
Technically speaking, that was where you both
it
kind
is
of had your
not a
kumbaya
lie.
moment. I was like, well, we're slaughtering a village.
oh well, look at this really cool
I was
bow.
on an adventure.
Yeah.
Just didn't say.
I was on the fence about this. That's his
You
bow. I
did
was
say
like,
you
"Okay."
used to be a sailor, and you did go on adventures, and that is what happened.
Also,
That is how
sorry
I got
if you have to explain to a few people as to why. You don't have to give an explanation. Probably weren't the smartest cookies around in the temple, but well, I digress.
Especially in the library.
Especially in the library. Well, I shut up. He did.
Did you say something to Corv?
He said a few things.
Do you know what he's been around? This fella's
He's old.
He's old. The man was there during the plague. This
Oh,
book
that makes more sense of why he.
is his diary of what it was like, and I'm trying to piece my way through it. All of these, but this is what my entire life has led to. Is this collection to understand what really happened?
He does have an educated demeanor.
I feel my intelligence is in question compared to him. Regardless, I will ask, and I will do my very best to get this bow charged. And then we can discuss things further.
Cool.
Would you like to join me to the library?
I mean, I got nothing else better to do. Sure.
How long? If we're gonna join, I'm gonna probably hold on to the bow then.
Fair enough.
So, as the three of you end up walking down the stairs of the Temple of Morigna, start heading down those steps, you're end up watching as the actual crows on top of the ceiling, and they kind of go in between tree branches and set the structure, starts flying from branch to branch as it looks like you're coming down with the rest of them. All the crows just kind of begin like going off and making their caws and just kind of creating a fuss as some of the feathers actually begin falling to the ground as you're walking down through. You're gonna watch as everybody kind of stops and looks over at you.
So sorry to kill that, but I would have wanted to see if the RV was upstairs before we went.
They already
downstairs.
went upstairs.
Not even upstairs. I would have been on. I want to be on the lookout for him.
Okay.
On the way. Words.
Okay. Well, it looks like they're all looking at the three of you. They kind of just stopped over there at the top of the staircase.
All of these crows and people looking at us. Would you say something? Just stand really heroically, if you can.
Oh, I am.
I just have my staff next to me.
Your new staff.
Yeah.
Brothers, sisters, in darkness. We are in very troubling times. As you know, the ways of the world are unguided, rudderless.
Both you roll perception. Go ahead.
But we will be that guiding light. We will be that of which the world needs.
So as he's kind of going through his triumphant speech, you're going to end up looking behind you and seeing what is Okani just kind of saying there, looking at the three of you sitting on top of the staircase.
Oh, yes. We have resolved, and I gesture to Okani. As some of you may know, now is not the time for the ritual. Not now, not this moment. But, with getting everything else situated, more careful preparation, consolidation of... maybe not consolidation. Regardless, the power that we all hold here will only grow from henceforth. I believe Ilkani will guide you all while myself and my companions, your fellow brothers, will continue on in trying our very best to perfect the ritual preparation.
Well said, Chosen. Thank you so much, Chosen, for everything that you have come to say to us. Now, of course, the reason why I called
Oh, and then I literally was clapping, and then I just.
My confidence just immediately shakes, and I'm just gonna take my staff like it's like, all right, take a step down, a step literally. I'm just gonna look up.
We were about to ask volunteers as to who would be a part of the escorting party as we approach the surface. Watch as some people begin kind of putting their hands up in there, I think the crowd. And then you're going to hear as they're putting their hands up and under common agreement saying, the Dark Shepherdess. The Dark Shepherdess. Just everyone's kind of saying that as they're putting their hands up. Very well. Those of you who wish, come and join me on the pedestal. Chosen, thank you so much.
Is Bethany with her?
Was that Bethany is with her?
In the RV?
The RV is not there right now.
That's good though. Well, maybe.
Okay. Alright, and you guys are able to walk the rest of the way down your staircase towards the library.
Oh, that
We've
was
successfully done like nothing.
not embarrassing at all, but it's okay.
I feel like I just waved at somebody who waved past me at someone else that they know. I'm an idiot for
That was
waving.
exactly that.
at-
That was
very much.
exactly that. Yes. Great.
Library it is.
So it's not just us two. Right?
Yeah. Well, I've had brighter moments.
All right. So, getting out of here seems more and more favorable now. Okay.
See what I mean?
No, sounds like they're going as well,
They are leaving, yes. Part of what I...
including Beth.
But she is not in danger
That's, I
of
mean,
being sacrificed.
if they're going with us, or
No. We're not going with them. We still have our original purpose. Just take
we're
this-
walking, right? We're not next to this person.
Yeah.
Just
You guys have kind of
clarify.
superseded this area. You guys are basically kind of on the path, almost at the library.
Potentially we could convince her to give us Bethany to prep her area of living or any quarters for when she arrives, and that they arrive, get there early. Where the two hosts would be doing. Anyways, let's figure out what the librarian says.
Let's see what happens if we do that anyway.
You're gonna watch as you approach, the door actually opens for you again.
Do I see like a little handicap button on this?
No. You see like a little nub in the tree, though.
Is there a sensor? I fucking knew it. I want to seek out Korth immediately.
Chosen. You have returned.
I have, and your tome that you've written is astounding.
You honor me.
I need to keep reading it. What I need to know, then, for future's sake, I assume of your well-traveledness and your worldly knowledge, especially with regard to these rituals. Do you know of what the different consequences might be? Physical consequences, health-wise. If I wanted to go somewhere, and I needed to send my host somewhere else, perhaps several leagues away, but on the same plane, would anything bad happen?
Well, what is best known in the ritual, in the tombs? Sure, your mind has but just forgotten. If these individuals were to be separated for an extended period of time on the same plane, the bond will still remain intact. For there's not distance that we concern ourselves with the consequences of these rituals on the material plane, on the same plane for that matter. For what we worry, protection, the safety of our host. You see, similar to how you are the summoner, you are the chosen. He is the host. You maintain the power. Control it, wield it. He works as the vessel, a conduit. The separation does not matter, for the conduit exists in the proximity of you, in the same plane of existence. But his protection becomes harder for you the farther away he goes. If distance becomes too far, he might find himself in harm's way without you able to interfere or stop. And as I'm sure you're both very aware from the tombs itself, somebody who is the host of this ritual will neither go to the heavens nor the hells, for their soul and body is now eternally bound to the gods and goddesses in which they serve. For if he dies, death will not be the end for him. But part of his body will be molded to you, his soul. Part of his soul will go to Dark Shepherdess. He will never maintain peace, for he has given the ultimate sacrifice for the betterment of Dark Sisters. So for that reason alone, if he were to get too far, we would worry for him and you. For he dies, and the souls be conflicted within you, your mind tainted slightly, and his self without form. We would not want that. Going to another plane, however, the immediate damnation. And you. For the host would not have a connection to anything, and the magic coming through the host would end up just ending. Without a connection to you, your body would be absorbed into the void of magic that held. Caution. I beg caution.
Rightly so.
And I mean that's
Well, as long as we go together, it'll be fine.
Keep that very much in mind for spells.
Now, you stated plane of existence, and last time, because I was referring to this incorrectly, plane of existence is literally meaning our universe, like Underdark, the land, or is this?
Yeah, that's all the material plane.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
same material plane,
different dimensions
inside of it.
That would be like going to like the astral plane, the elemental planes, the Feywild, the negative positive energy planes.
Correct, but where we are, like on Underdark and land, is
Like
still
the ethereal
technically the
plane,
same
stuff like
plane.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Where you are right now is fine.
So he would just explode, or like?
no, he doesn't.
You want me to
Like
explode?
Yeah.
if we're on the same plane,
Yeah.
even though we're in different layers of the plane. So moving her to a different layer of it is still fine.
Yes.
Yes.
To answer your question though, if they're separate different planes, he would explode with magic energy. He would implode with a lack of magic energy. If he were to die on the same material plane as him, then the magic would just transfer over with part of his sentience going into him, and part of his sentience having no way to go to heaven or hell, go to get the Dark Shepherdess or Dark Sister.
So even just him traveling to another plane, he would cease to exist.
Yeah, we both would. Yeah.
You both would.
Yeah.
You both would.
Yes.
Okay.
But dying on, say, Bethany died when we brought her up, she couldn't go to heaven, and
Yeah. No, I
Couldn't
get
go
that.
Her
to
soul
heaven,
is
I get
blocked.
that part. I don't
yeah,
know.
her
if-
soul's locked in purgatory.
Yeah. I
Well,
just need to know-
purgatory would be the Shadowfell. She would be in purgatory.
She's just bound to
Yeah,
Okani.
yeah.
Down to Okani, and part of her soul would be stuck between Okani
But then
and
Okani
stuck
is still
between-
fucked at the same time
Or
because
Jesus.
her host is dead. So like,
I
it's
just don't know if it
good.
was
She
like
would still
figurative.
retain the magic. But that's
Yeah.
Just didn't know if he meant like literally or figuratively.
What do you mean? Sorry.
What was quite literal? What was quite? I just need
Yep, quite
Okay,
literal.
yeah.
quite literal.
So we can bring her back, separate her.
I don't want to metagame.
I beg your pardon. I
don't want to metagame right in
Sorry.
front of.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That answers all of my questions. Thank you. Trying to think of anything else. Anything else I'm missing? The bow.
Oh, you request that to be fulfilled, Chosen.
Please.
We shall see. For I have to go in prayer for at least a day before I'm able to access the restricted chamber. Without her blessing and her honored right, I cannot simply enter the chamber itself. When that opportunity comes, I can.
All right. Well, we don't want to interrupt any sort of deliberation with Morigna, or whatever you are also working on now. Then at least have to wait for the bow. Makes sense. Anything else?
No.
Kolth,
Wait till we walk away.
thank you for your time.
But of course, Chosen.
I fear this will not be the last time we speak.
Okay. Alright.
And I'll meander out.
Is that even possible?
Yeah.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh my god. Okay. Fuck it.
But no, just bring that up.
Alright.
Cool. So we're heading back. So planning to get Zephyr?
How long will it take to make the potion? Do we know?
Not too long. I don't think.
Well, I guess do we need to wait? I guess the bow is truthfully nice to have. It's not a necessity.
We haven't even used it yet.
I don't know if I can use it. Now that I'm
Well, Ilkani and her party are leaving soon to go to the surface,
Mm-hmm.
presumably to do my bidding. As I... It doesn't necessarily have to be. We come back here. One of us can, with the bow. Later. Maybe we can leave a link here. Perhaps.
We're not coming back here.
I could come back here.
We're not coming back.
You don't have to.
If you go, I have to go.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And if I have to go, that means she
I
has
feel like I should say this now.
I feel like
Do
this
it.
is.
Do it.
I feel like we're getting to pretty World War I territory here. One person tags one person. And there's a chain of events.
All right, so.
I think
I'm gonna come clean. I'm gonna come clean. All right.
I think I know what you're getting at.
So all right. So my ploy was just foiled. Just right then and there. Okay. All right. So here was the grand scheme of it. Okay. We were just gonna. All right. Let's go get Bethany. Hey Bethany, come here really quick. Shove bag of holding right over her. Just consume her into the bag. Hey. All right, Bethany, come on out. It's severed now.
wow.
It's severed. Oh,
Why is there like?
Why is there dust?
I thought, all that she needs to do is go to a different plane of existence. Maybe that'll just break the bond. No,
It'll break the bond. It'll break the bond.
The bond will be severed.
You are correct. This is what I was talking about.
Oh, damn
Interesting
it.
idea.
Fucking.
But that would kill her.
Yeah, and that was the.
It would also kill Akane.
Yep.
Instantly.
It would you know what? It would also kill Akane instantly as well. But
Would we know, or I guess, would we technically know as characters that bag of holding goes into a different plane?
I feel like at least one of us would. Maybe two. I would say at least a couple of us.
Bag of holding, is very well known, so.
It's a demon.
That is a DM question.
I
feel like most people would kind of have an idea. I'd say the only person might be you.
Well, mine's just hoarding. I'd say pirate wise.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I feel like both you guys would definitely understand it though.
What's a demiplane? Right?
I don't know.
It is a.
Never actually
It's like a
put one.
pocket dimension.
I've given y'all both my bags of holding.
Both.
Right?
Both.
Because I gave you one a while ago, and then I gave you one, right? Did I give you the one
you gave
from
me
the
one.
tiefling?
Mm-hmm.
I just took it off her. Took it to have her shit. Yeah.
Forgot about her. From what was her name?
Belina.
Bully. Definitely not Carlac.
Not Carlac.
Not mommy.
Not Carlac.
Bowie.
Well, I mean, the question still comes: do we want to wait for them? Or do we need to do this now?
The longer we stay here, the more risk of peril to Reginald with regards to his shackle. Because
Yeah,
he still
and
has that. We're all
luckily
just
has-
bound in several different ways to
Has
several
not been
different
ringing
regions.
yet. It's been a day.
So time
It really
Could
hasn't
be.
been that long.
of the essence. It's been like a day and a half.
Yeah, about a day and a half.
Day and a half.
Well,
Yeah.
well, closer to 2 days now. You guys
So
are
yeah,
probably
we're probably-
approaching what would be like noonish.
I know you made this oath with Bethany, and I can understand that you really want to save her, and I'm fully on
She
board.
can come with us. You just can't put her in the bag of holding.
I didn't mention that. I didn't mention I was going to do that.
If we take Bethany in any way, Okani would be displeased. I don't assume my efforts to persuade her to be separated from Bethany will work.
At least after this archery.
To Bethany?
Yeah.
That's fair. It's A-okay. I just don't think our time is now. Our better times. Regardless, the damage has already been done to her soul. She is forever bound to Okami. Through death or through life. And freeing her physically will not free her spiritually. But freeing her from her physical form will not free her spiritually either. To Bethany, unless there's we could still find perhaps a way of separating, of severing the bond.
I feel like maybe
But this would take time and research.
Why don't we get Cephas? He might know a little bit more about this ritual and maybe how we can sever this.
I personally doubt.
He
He might.
I mean, he may know.
I doubt. That's
can-
just my. That's just
There's
my.
no
answer.
harm in asking.
We have the freedom to get him out of his cell, to walk with him freely about this place, to ask him questions, and to leave.
What time of day did Bethany go back to her room to go to sleep?
It was very, very late. Past midnight.
We'll have to wait at least a day for the bow.
I mean, yeah, but can we?
Don't know.
Don't know.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, the bow is the least of my worries.
You and I can return at a future point.
I have more gravity for my brother, which I doubt I'm finding at this point, than for myself.
We can return if we'd like, later. And perhaps there will be a blessing for us, or not. But I feel like it's easy enough to communicate with Korth. to see what is the case. I can establish a link with Bethany somehow. Or not Bethany, excuse me. Ilkani. And you can relay messages, we can communicate. Similar to how, well, the master is. Oh yeah, I mentioned the master too.
I was about to say, did we?
I left a tablet here. And they know.
They know. All of it.
Not all. Well, I told Ilkani how it came of it and, the power that comes with. She questioned me, naturally. I question myself every day, so what else is new?
Well,
So. We can decide over lunch, if need be. Over a nice meal. Perhaps some
I mean, we're leaving. I can easily just pull Bethany aside to talk to her. Say my farewells.
I think there will be a small send-off between us and the rest of the cult. I'm sure there'll be time to speak with Bethany. So, I don't want to hold you gentlemen if you want to do anything for the next hour or so before we head out. But I imagine we need to gather our belongings and be prepared to get out.
And as you end up picking up your tombs and the rest of you end up kind of like basically just lounging around inside these suites, you're able to take a short rest and we'll end there. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on this episode of Millennial Tavern. We'll be putting this episode up here come Friday, and we'll hopefully be back at it again next week because, we try to. But no, we're thinking we'll be here next week. The following week, though, looks like we might be off again just because it's summer hours. But anyways, thank you for being with us. Make sure you follow us and follow us on YouTube as well. It's going to be Millennial Tavern. And thank y'all very much for watching. Anything I want to say?
Hi, Chubb. Hi, Daryl Z. Hi, Minnie. Thank you for coming. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.